This is fan for me on the 9th of September. We'll get on with the questions when I find them. About Monza, magnificent Monza. Question 1. Now that the podium interviews have had time to develop, what is your opinion on the layout? Well, I didn't, because I only have a B, I didn't see what they looked like this time. However, they are still relatively cringe-worthy. I mean, they had someone who knew what they were doing before, Mr. Jackie Stewart for Silverstone for the first one, and I think that set the bar too high, to be honest. Although I do prefer the old style press conference. Well, also it's nice on the podium that they interact with the drivers can interact with the crowd a little bit. Not quite sort of. If someone stood on the podium in a Freddie Mercury vocal improv, then that would be pretty fucking impressive after a race. But at least the fans can actually see the drivers now, and the drivers haven't actually had time to sort of formulate answers if they've been involved in a dodgy incident, shall we put it. I think they will get better over time. I think they're not quite so good, obviously, because there's not been as many. The old layout was tried and tested, so this one's still very much. This is sort of undergoing public beta testing, so we'll have to wait and see. But the only one that I liked was the one with Sir Jackie Stewart. Although to be honest, I quite like Sir Jackie Stewart anyway. His book is one of my favourite books ever. His autobiography, should I say, is one of my most favourite books ever. So I'm a bit of a Sir Jackie fan, so I might be slightly biased on that one. Question 2. Which race battle did you enjoy watching most and why? It was nice to see Perez carving his way through the field. Because it's just showing that he's got the pace. The Sauber's surprisingly good. I say surprisingly because they've only ever been sort of a midfield team at best. So it's nice to see this turnaround for them. And Schumacher towards the end of the race as well. He was good. It was good to see him getting a move on. But I think mostly, most people say this. I think Perez, because amazing overtake on Alonso, ridiculously late coming out the slipstream on Massa. So when I saw that on the highlights, I thought for a moment, oh dear. I thought for a moment it was going to be he was going to go into the back of him, and there we go. But no, Perez is proving time and time again that he's going to be with a big team, and if he's certainly going to be a multiple race winner. We won't say world champ because we just don't know who's going to design a car that sort of beats everyone. I mean, if Red Bull get back on their game, they'll destroy everyone. Like Williams doesn't get back on their game, they'll destroy everyone, and it doesn't matter what skills you have. You might not be able to win the championship, but you'll be able to win races. But we'll have to wait and see. But like I say, Perez, good job. Question 3. With Perez's talent, do you think he should be given more of an opportunity to move to Ferrari, or is he close to stating his loyalty to Sauber? Well, I mean, on the one hand it would be nice to see him go to Ferrari. At the same time though, the way he's reacted a few times when things haven't gone his way in Sauber, it's not through Sauber being unequal, it's mostly incidents that probably most drivers would be quite pissed off with themselves anyway. But he needs maybe another season at Sauber to hone his racecraft, shall we put it. The only problem is, if Massa goes, you're going to have, you've got Perez coming in to take the seat. Well, saying definitely, because he could theoretically stay at the end of his career. But if he doesn't, then he will be going there at some point. So it's who to fill the gap. He is clever in stating his loyalty to Sauber, because any team would like that. Loyalty. It's not like what Lewis Hamilton. If you look at Lewis Hamilton, use him as an example. if you saw him last year, this point last year it was definitely McLaren. Now, I don't quite know what he's doing, whether it's his management, whether he's genuinely considering and changing teams, whether he's mentally decided he is changing team and he's just waiting for the right time to mention it. But he's not showing the loyalty which a team would like. If you look at Rubens Barrichello in the situation with Williams last year, he was loyal to them right down to the moment they said, "Sorry, Rubens, we're hiring Bruno." So, you know, it makes it not just for Ferrari, it makes Perez a very employable driver. We'll just have to wait and see how that one pans out. It'd be nice to see him in a Ferrari. Whether he'd have all that sponsorship go over with him as well, I don't know. But regardless, he is going to be in Ferrari in the future. He will be a Ferrari driver. We will remember him as a driver for the Scuderia at some point. I know it's a toughie. And the bonus question here at the end of the season is this. Here at the end of the season, is this showing the fragility of technology with so many retirements? Not sure, because Monza, if you think just on engines and things, Monza is actually quite stressful with the heat if it has it. If it has it, it can absolutely piss it down. So in actual fact, it's sort of quite stressful on some of the parts for how long and hard they're being worked. At the same time, though, we've grown accustomed to Formula 1 being so reliable, so robust, that if we see a few retirements in a row, we're still like, oh my god, the technology is not so good anymore, we've got to fix it. But that's like, well, hang on. If you look at how many races prior to the using Red Bull as an example, if you look back, it'll be Red Bull, the Renault engines basically. If you look back prior to Valencia, when it was Grosjean and Vettel who had to retire with alternator problems. If you look back at when the last time a Renault engine had an alternator failure, it was absolutely ages ago. It's just the fact that it's happened so close together, plus with the sort of levelling out and rearrangement of the field, with the rules staying stable, it looks like that Red Bull are not very reliable, not as strong, but for the most part they're still the same. That makes any sort of sense. It made a lot more sense in my head. The technology is not fragile, because if it was that fragile, we'd have people moaning about curves and we'd have them sort of hitting their cars sort of perform some work. But we've seen a lot of cars have curves failures, and that still remains. That the teams have problems with DRS not closing or opening. Well, that's anything DRS does, so it's just not working. You've got people with problems with those before you actually get into things like the gearboxes, etc. And the overtake names have remained. So what is the excuse me, what is the problem there? It's not very fragile, because if you think the technology is not fragile, because it's in a Formula 1 car which is subject to lots of G and violent forces of accelerating, braking, turning, even being crashed into. Unless it's a HRT, that is. Not the HRT that they're crashing into, unless it's in a HRT. It's actually put up under a lot of stress and load before it even gives way. So it's not as fragile as it seems. I think it's just because we've had a couple of really tough races of Spa and Monza back to back. We might have seen a few more retirements than expected. But well, hopefully we won't see so many next time out. Not my favourite track, the next one. Not at all. Anyway, that's the end of this fan formula. Hopefully it's a bit shorter than last week's. On to some Stormspace stuff. The second series of Where's My Liberty is being written still, making a fair bit of progress. We still need someone to do some voice work for us. We're also working on another project. I think I asked for help with it a little while ago, and we temporarily canned it. Now the project looks like it's coming again, but with a slight twist on it. So if people are interested, give us just doing some voicing. Send a tweet to @StormSpacePro, or tweet me personally, and I'll explain what the project is. We need your help on. Also, we might be recasting one of the roles for Where's My Liberty Series 1, one of the male roles, so dudes who'd be interested in doing some voice work, send a tweet to send a tweet to us as well, and we'll get on to it. Anyway, that's the end of that, that's the end of this. I'm the Dom will probably have another laugh about where I'm looking, but try looking straight at the camera and it actually appears at the computer screen, sends light on me lenses, so in actual fact I could be staring at you, but all you're getting is you and my computer screen and the glasses, which is a touch annoying. That's everything. Yeah, so I guess we'll see you for the next fan formula. It's quite another brain fade on my part there, but see you for the next one.